Hey everyone, welcome back to Chaotic Strategies. Today I'm going over an absolutely insane Magic the Gathering deck profile. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that way you guys are always notified when I post new videos weekly. But coming at you guys today, I have my buddy Brandon's Magic the Gathering deck profile. This deck is absolutely insane. There's a lot of combos. There's an infinite loop in here. Definitely not a tournament legal deck. More of a casual play deck just to really irritate people and make people mad. This deck is just crazy, guys. This is a 71 card deck that we have here. So instead of sitting here talking about it, let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. To start things off, I'm going to show you guys the two cards that you can utilize in this deck for the infinite loop. Okay, the first card that we have here is going to be our Planeswalker Saeli Rai, I believe is how you pronounce that name. So she's got a few different effects that you can utilize for her as being a Planeswalker. Okay, so the first effect that she's got is Sorcery 1, and she deals 1 damage to target opponent. Our second effect is the main one that we want to focus on, okay? So it's got -2, and pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy token of a target artifact or creature on the field. We're going to utilize her, and then we are going to utilize Felidar Guardian. Okay, this is going to be our target creature for Rai here. So his effect is, when Guardian enters the battlefield, you may exile another target permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So with him out onto the field, we can target him. With Rai, we're going to copy his token, we're going to send this, we're going to target her back because of his effect, and that token is going to be his effect as well. Activate her, send her back, we can play her again and just make that loop doesn't stop, it just makes infinite tokens. So you can flood tokens, and each token is going to be a 1/4. So I mean, you could have, like I said, an infinite amount of tokens onto the field. You pretty much just win the game there because that loop just can't be stopped. So that's the 2-card combo that you can utilize to get an infinite loop with this deck. Moving on to the actual playing portion of the deck. So we actually have, we're running 2 copies of Hemletback Goliath. Okay, his effect is actually really good. He comes out as a 6/6. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may put X +1/+1 counters on Hemletback Goliath, where X is that creature's power. So if your opponent brings out a monster that's a 6/6, he now becomes a 12/12. And there's a lot of different things in this deck, so we're going to be running all sorts of different stuff. Okay, next up, we're going to run 2 copies of Endless One. This card is also very fantastic in this deck. Endless One enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. So as much mana that you want to use in your mana pool, that's what this card's going to come out as. Okay, running 1 copy of Selvala, Heart of the Wilds. Fantastic card. And then also 2 Genesis Hydra. Okay, when you cast Genesis Hydra, reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put a non-land permanent card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest into your library. Genesis Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. So, as much mana as you have in your mana pool and that you want to use, you can bring this card out. Okay, running 1 copy of Xenagos, God of Reveals, 1 copy of Courser of Krufix, running 1 copy of Archetype of Imagination. This card's fantastic because now all creatures that you have on your board now have flying on them. 1 Archetype of Aggression. This one gives all creatures you control trample. So if you have Aggression and Imagination, now you have both flying and trample on your creature card. 1 Archetype of Finality. This card allows all of your creatures to have Death Touch. Archetype of Endurance. This one allows all of your creatures to be hexproof. Archetype of Courage. This card allows all of your creatures that you control to have First Strike. And Archangel of Tithys. Now this card, it has flying, but the great thing about this card is that your opponent cannot target any of the creatures that you control for attacks without paying a cost as long as this card is untapped. We have one copy of Opaline Unicorn. You can tap this card and add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. We have another Planeswalker, Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Planeswalker, Nicol Bolas, the Deceiver. Got another Planeswalker, Chandra Pyrogenius. One copy of Nahiri the Arbinger. One copy of Kriora the Crashing Wave. Now these are all Planeswalkers here, these last few that I've been going through. Okay, legendary sorcery cards, Kar's Temporal Sundering. Okay, sorcery card, Days Undoing. So this card allows you to have both players shuffle their hand and graveyard back into the library and then draw 7 new cards. And then we have the artifact Gilded Lotus, so we can tap this and then add 3 mana of any one color into our mana pool. So when this is tapped, it automatically gives you 3 mana on top of all the other mana that you'll have down in your mana pool. We have an instant Heroic Intervention. This makes all of your creature cards hexproof and indestructible till the end of the turn. 1 Stream of Life. Depending on how much mana that you want to use to tap on this, target player gains X life. Orbs of Warding. This is another artifact. You have hexproof while this card is on the field. And if an opponent deals damage to you, you can take away 1 damage from the total damage that you are going to take. Sword of Amethyst. 1 copy of Fist of Suns, another artifact. Okay, we have sorcery card Chandra's Ignition. This card is a fantastic card. So the target creature that you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. So that, I mean, this card is amazing. So if you have a high-powered monster, instead of just dealing, the difference in battle or whatever, you're going to deal the full amount to that. Another Heroic Intervention. So that's 2 Heroic Interventions in this deck. 1 Monstrous Onslaught. 1 Murder Investigation. So you are going to enchant creature that you control. And when character creature dies, put an X+1/+1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield where X is the power, so you can be able to summon more tokens off of that with higher power utilizing this card. So Market Festival, you're going to enchant land, so whenever you would enchant land, you can add 2 of whatever color to your mana pool. Instant God's Willing. Okay, 1 artifact Soul Ring. So this one, you can tap this one and then you're going to add 2 white mana to your mana pool whenever this is tapped. 1 Treasure Find, 1 Wildest Dreams, 1 Rishkar's Expertise, 1 Sorcery Ever After, Oath of Chandra. When this enters the battlefield, you're going to deal 3 damage to a target creature that your opponent controls. We're running 1 Oath of Gideon, Evolving Wilds, 2 Evolving Wilds. So Cinderglade is a great card. Run 1 copy of this. You can add either a mountain or forest card to your mana pool. So this is going to enter tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. So Shimmering Grotto, you can tap this to add a white mana to your mana pool, or you can have 1 plus this one tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Mirror Pool, this card pretty much just allows you to keep adding mana to your mana pool every time it's tapped. And then going into our lands, we're in 3 mountains, 5 swamps, 5 forests, 5 islands, and 5 plains. This deck is absolutely insane. There's a lot of cards here. I could go over each and every effect, but there's so many different combos within this deck. I mean, we could sit here for an hour just going over and breaking down this deck completely. So I just kind of wanted to go over some more of the stronger points of this deck, like the 2-card infinite loop that we can create over here, and then some of the cards there at the beginning where you can bring out creatures that are pretty much double their power. Just makes this deck absolutely insane. Alrighty guys, and that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to see more videos like this going over Magic the Gathering deck profiles, by all means would love to do more of them. I know these decks are actually very big, or can be, and they're very extensive, but they are a lot of fun. I love Magic the Gathering. The artwork in the cards is insane. The effects are insane. So if you guys like to see more, by all means, leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys want to see. Or if you guys would like to support the channel, we have a TCG Player affiliate link down in the description box below, and that is at no extra cost to you. I hope you guys are being safe out there. Be sure to wash your hands, and we'll see you in next week's video.